Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, in this video we are going to continue about our Laravel ecom series that is all about the cart page, and till now we have completed that how to make a cart page and increment of the quantity and decrement of the quantity, right? So guys, now when I click on this, the price also should get as the quantity increases, right? So the price is now 12,500. If I click on it, it should be 25,000, correct? So in that way we have to start coding. So that means updating of your cart page. So I have already pasted on my blog that this link is provided in the description where you can follow with it step 5.1. okay, so till now it's at this bottom, so just make sure you're at the right place. 5.1. So paste the below script in custom.js file as follows. We have to do it. So guys, now as we are getting into our product ID and quantity data from the cookie cart, so which I want to, that means this is your quantity data and the product ID. So product ID we have to place at the top of that quantity. So I have given over here. So let's move to VS Code. Where is our editor? So guys, as simple, you can see that this is our cart page where image, product, price, quantity, grand total and remove, right? So it's over here, the same data is here, cart page. So guys, now let's move on this quantity page, I mean quantity row or column, and see that. So this is when we scroll it down, so you can find this our quantity design, right? So quantity HTML files. So now over here we have to add the top link for getting the product ID, correct ID. So we want that. So we can copy this, Control C or right click and copy it, and we are going to paste. That's it. Clear? And now as you're getting the item data, item name, item that, so we have already stored the item ID. So which means nothing but product ID, you have to store it. Simple and clear. Now this is our decrement button and this is our increment button, and this is the input of the quantity. So now what we have to do is that quantity input is there, and when we click on this we have to change the number, right? So we have to give a class on it as I have mentioned in the blog itself. So this will be the quantity, and on change we have to add it. So as you can see, if I have given in this quantity thing here guys, so I have already made that. So let's copy this quantity change, and now let's move it, scroll to below. Okay, so this is our update to cart. Okay, so now let's paste that in two places, increment and decrement. So same name will be there, exact same name. On one change, either increment or decrement, the value will be calculated according to it. So first thing, we have included this and changed the name of the class. Okay, so we have added the class, and now we will move on to our custom JS as we are going through it. So this is our previous video code, and now here we are going to do with the update with the cart option. So now let's, as we mentioned that, so let's copy this, Control C or right click and copy this and paste. Done. So once pasted, you can find that this change quantity is the same name in your cart page. So this is my cart page where you can find this, only two things are there, right? So this will be there, and now as you are following with that, we are taking quantity and the product ID. So as $this closest of your cart page, so make sure you are adding this cart page, dot means class. So let's find that cart page. So this is our table. Okay, this is our T body and this is our table row. So inside that table row I have made the cart page. Inside that we have pasted that, right? So from that closest of cart page, what we are going to get? We are going to get the quantity input and the product ID. So cart page closest of cart page. When you click on this button on change quantity, it goes to the closest of his cart page and gets the quantity and the product ID. So where you can find it over here. So this is the product ID and this is your quantity input, right? So input thing. So this goes to the closest of this when you click on this change quantity. Very clear. Done. So now let's move on. Then we have to we are creating one variable called data. Inside that we are storing the token input name of the token value where we have getting this, and then quantity and the product ID. Simple. And then we are passing this variable into our Ajax call. As you can see, Ajax is over here. We have set a URL update to cart and type is post and then data where you are passing this data, and after that success whatever we get. Done. So guys, what we have to do now, let's create a route called update to cart. So let's move to our blog and copy that. So 5.2 step 2, we have to create a call route. So let's copy Control C and get back to your web VS Code and paste. So over here we have created the post route at the front end controller. So we have already created the controller name at update to cart. So let's move to this page, and this is our cart controller where we have to paste the code. So I have already done that over here only. So where we'll be doing it, right? So I just want to explain you very simple how we are following with it. So let me copy only the public function, or else we will, okay, cool. This is if you directly copy it, or else you can, if you are a previous watcher video, we can copy from the add to cart functionality itself where we can start with it, but it will be a mess for you. So let us continue in our blog post itself. So I'll just give you a small clue what we have done in previous video for add to cart. So from there only we are adding all the things. Okay, so now let us create a public function first. As simple, I just want to explain you in very clear. So let's add this function and close this. Done. So guys, the request which we are getting is nothing but the quantity and the product ID. So these two things are there, so which we will be getting that through request. I have already done that over here. So let's copy this product ID and the quantity. Done. So same thing you can see over here. So I have done it. Now let's check if the cookie of shopping cart is set. So which is I have already done it over here itself, which we are checking it. Okay, so let us copy this if cookie of shopping cart is set, and then we will move on with it, right? So everything is set. Now you can check all the things if the cookie is set and this, right? So this cookie is already will be inserted because you are going to update the cart which you have already over here, right? So to check with it, so let's move on and copy this. Let's copy and paste. So now if you want to confirm this data and all, you have already inserted over here. As you can find that, if see here, if this cookie is there, so same thing is called over here, nothing else change. And then as simple, we will be sorting out the datas and then state with the same functionality of if condition. Copy and paste. So if you are getting doubt, you can just copy the same from the blog itself where we have just slight changes where we are doing with it. So I'll just tell you where is the change. And now as you can see, the product ID, like this is your cart data. Inside that cart data we have item ID. So in that array column we are sorting it. And now item ID list, whatever we have inserted into the shopping cart cookie and the product ID you are getting done. So in that we are giving a in array function to check whether it is available or not, both the IDs. So if it is available, then we are telling that looping with the for each loop shopping cart data with the key and the values. So we need only the key, that means array index value we are checking with that item ID. Done. Then if it is equal to product ID, this product ID, then add the quantity. Item quantity is equal to input of quantity, as you can check over here also. But here you are incrementing some things because you want to change these things, some things over here, right? So for that you can just go with this and check out with the same things. Everything is same, only the quantity variable I have called over here and the input over here. So let's, if you want to keep, you can keep, or else call this quantity variable directly. Oops. So let's press Ctrl C and hit enter, and now that's it. Then encode the JSON format and then pass through the cookie and make that cookie and update it, and you can tell the name with the return response which we have already added to it. So let me just copy it, Ctrl C, same thing, you can just paste that. So paste quantity updated, that's it. So once it is saved, it will return with the message, as simple. Oops. Everything set now. Where we will be now, will be testing with this if it is working or not correctly. So let's check once. Let's reload the page. If the cache is not clear, please press Ctrl Shift R. So your cache will get cleared and your JS file this JS file will start working correctly, because many times it gives mistakes. Okay, so now if I click, let's see what happens. Quantity updated and page got reloaded. Done. So 25,000 is calculated correctly. Cool. So guys, you can see that updating of the quantity is done. As you can see, again I'm going to update it and it is getting reloaded. Now you can decrement, so decrement also is working fine. Cool. So guys, in some cases some guys tell that you are calling a AJAX request but you don't need to load the page. So for them there is one simple solution where you can just get the response and change the price over here. Okay, so the solution is about like how to do not load this page. So once the success is coming, you are loading it, right? So instead of loading it, you want directly the data should get reflected over here. Done. So you can just use, many things are available like loading the page and other things, data, right? So without page reload, we have to load the data over there. So for that, first simple thing, that is this thing which we are using it over here. So we have to call this first. So we will create a variable, like variable, we can create this click or else this area you can mention, however it's comfortable to you. So I'll create on this click is equal to $this. So I have stored over here this click. So this click means anything which we clicked on this, it will store over here, this click thing. So now what we will do, we want to show the data over here, right? So once if we click this quantity should change without the page reload. So that concept we will clear it now. And yeah, so first let us give that. So once you send this request, we want the data to go to its closest one. If I click this product first one, So this data should get changed. If I click the second one, this data should get changed. So we have to get to the closest one, right? So for that, let's call this dot closest. So let's copy this function and paste it over here. So at this dollar dot closest where we will copy this click data will copy and we will leave it off to the cart page closest of its not input quantity where we have to paste at this place, this grand total. So let's move to grand total. Let's go to index page. Over here you can find that this is the grand total data, right? So as you can see this delete button over here, before that the grand total is calculated and shown. Done. So this is the delete button and this is a grand total. So guys, now let me copy this class name in the span which we have, cart grand total price. So let us copy that and paste. So we are pasting it. So closest of cart page, so you know as cart page we have, it's in the table row of the beginning. This is the table row. Inside the table row we are fetching this data. Cool. So guys, now what we are going to do, as we get the response, we will paste that over here. That's it. So before this, what value you are going to get over here, right? So that value means input box. So we will just paste the text over there. So inside this we will just type I am here. So for demo purpose we will just test now. So let's reload this. Let us reload. Cool. Loaded now. So let me click on this. I am here. It's correctly coming at its closest value. Cool. So guys, now let's pass the original grand total price by the cookie. Using that cookie, so you are getting this response after success to update cart. So let's move to our controller update. So guys, as you can see here, the data is over here. So let us just simple thing, we will create some few functionalities. As you can see, these two things which we have, the quantity and the price. So now let's copy this and paste it. So let me just create a variable called dollar our TT price is equal to, where inside open bracket close bracket I'm going to paste that. So instead of is equal to, I'm going to multiply with this. So whatever the not quantity, the price we have to type over here, item price. So item price which we are getting is actually, why is this extra semicolon, remove that. Okay, so item price we have already created in our cart table, as you can see over here. I'll just show you that, which we are taking. See here, item ID, name, quantity, price and image. So we are getting that image, right? I mean price. So I just taken that, and now after calculating I'm storing this total price. So inside this total price I'm going to format this number. So format number means I wanted to show 25 and that comma, I just wanted to show that comma also over here. So for that sake I'm using this another put for like number format open bracket. Let me give that and tell that TT price, total price, that will be grand total is equal to number format. So this is the grand total. You can tell price also. So grand total price, you have to pass this in the JSON. So as you can see guys, that this is the data JSON which we are passing it. So let me just separate and make it very clear. Let's give comma and add the second one. So for the grand total price we will keep a shortcut GTP. Okay, let's keep it price is clear. Grand total price. So once clicked on this grand total price, forward as equal to and forward arrow, where insert single quote and give comma or else ignore at the last. So now guys, we have to copy this grand total price and paste inside this. Done. So the data is getting messed. Let's concatenate. That's it. Let's save it, and when you're getting this output, so let's take this and get to our success one. So this is our success page. Before checking to that, let's console log and check the data is coming or what. So let us give console log, oops, total price, grand total price. Before that, you have to add this response dot grand total price. Okay, so in the response you're getting, in that response we are getting the grand total. Cool. So guys, now let me just reload the page and open your developer tool. So right click, inspect. Once you inspect, go to your console log, console command, and let's click on this. So right now 22,000 is there, multiplied into 3 if we give, cool, 33 it's showing, great. So the output is coming fine. So now whatever the output is coming, we have to paste it into this. So let me go back, let's copy this same thing and paste here. Let's paste it. Cool. So let me comment off this, and now let's reload once again, and let me close this console log, developer tool, and let's decrement it once. Cool, 22,000 it's coming, and let me increment it again. Nice. So it's working fine without page reload, so it's not getting loaded, and you can see that everything is working fine, but your total price is not getting updated here, subtotal and grand total. So guys, for this there is a small solution. You can use this load location dot reload function. So like without page load, you can load one more method to load, that is you can give dollar and function load function with that. Okay, so guys, now what we have to do, over here you have to call the class and then location dot href concatenate to its class. So where you will give the class name. So let me just go to the index page, and only we want to load this sector, this subtotal area things, only these two things we have to load. So for that we will just go to that below part, and you can find that subtotal is over here. Cool. So let me just comment this line and this grand total also we have to load the page. So let's comment this also, grand total. Nice. Okay, and then this is the card body. So guys, here we are going to give a div tag. Inside this div tag, let me close this div tag below, and now we will tell give a class is equal to total pricing section. Okay, total pricing hyphen load we will give, total pricing load. So instead of hyphen we'll directly give. Okay, so let's copy this, and now before that we will declare one ID. So before this we will declare one simple ID. We will tell total section, total Ajax call we will tell. Okay, so Ajax call, simple thing, total Ajax call ID is there, and this is the class to load. So let me just copy this. So let's copy this, and let me go to our over here, So this is the ID, so we are calling that ID. So on this ID, whenever the success is going, that time load the class location of that class. So let's go to our here, where is our total pricing load. So let's copy this and again back to give a space. Do not give directly dot class. Okay, just give a space. Make sure you are giving a space, space. So once space is included, or else your output will be different. Okay, cool. So let's save this and let's load the page and check the data, right? So let me save it, I mean reload the page, and now see here. So let me decrement this, let's decrement the value, and the pricing also should load it. So let's click on it. You can see that 59,500 it's loaded, right? So guys, that button is missed over here because we didn't paste the div tag correctly. Okay, we have disclosed over here. So we have to call the class inside it. So let's replace it once again. So let's copy that one more time and call this ID inside the div tag. Okay, so let's call this ID over here instead of this class. That's it. So let's save it and again reload the page and call that class. So let's see if it works. So let me decrement it. Cool. So guys, everything is working fine, and now you can see that both the changes are been done. So let's reload. So here also it's changing, here also it's changing. So guys, finally we have completed with the quantity update without page reload and with reload too. So to the users who are using with page reload can use, or else you can continue with this without page reload. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like and share.